Hey, welcome. We're about to tackle a topic that a ton of people deal with, but almost nobody ever talks about. So let's just get right into it. We're talking about finishing sooner than you'd like. And to really get how widespread this is, we've got to start with one single powerful and honestly pretty surprising number.
That's it. 1 out of every 3 men will run into this at some point. So if you think you're alone in this, you are absolutely not. It's actually one of the most common issues out there.
See, this isn't some rare thing that only happens to a few guys. It's a super common human experience. The only reason it feels so isolating is because of the silence around it. Okay, so let's move away from the numbers for a second and put a face to this so we can see what it actually feels like.
Let's talk about Mark. Now, Mark could be anybody. On the outside, everything in his life seems totally fine. But on the inside, well, that's a completely different story.
Internally, Mark is really struggling. Even before things get intimate, he's already feeling anxious. Then, when they do, he feels this total loss of control, which just leads to this wave of frustration. And over time, that whole cycle has made him start to avoid intimacy altogether, which, as you can imagine, is a huge hit to his confidence and his relationships. So what is really going on here? This is the most important part. This is not a personal feeling. It is not about something being broken. The real culprit is a set of unconscious physical and mental habits. And the best news? Any habit that can be learned can be unlearned and replaced with a better one. All right, so what are these habits? Let's break them down. We're going to look at the patterns that make things worse and compare them side by side with the conscious ones that can actually fix it. Okay, physically, it all comes down to tension. When we get excited, the default habit for a lot of guys is to tense everything up. Shoulders creep up, abs get tight, you name it. This tension is like slamming your foot on the gas pedal, and it just pushes arousal right past the point of no return. The new habit we want to build is conscious relaxation. Deep belly greeting. This tells your nervous system, hey, we're safe, we're calm, and it puts you back in the driver's seat. And you know what? Mentally, it's pretty much the same deal. The bad habit is to get totally hyper-focused on that one single intense sensation, which creates this spiral of panic about feeling. The much better habit? Do the exact opposite. Broaden your awareness. Connect with all your senses. Focus on the pleasure you're sharing together, and just get out of your own head. So, understanding those habits is step one. Awesome. Now, let's get practical and talk about how to build some better ones. Here are 3 super powerful techniques you can start with. We're going to walk through how to train your mind, how to master your body, and how to redirect your attention. Think of these as the 3 pillars that, when you put them all together, can completely rewire how your body responds. First up is mind training. Now, this is a technique used by people like elite athletes and special forces. But here's the twist. You don't just visualize everything going perfectly. No. Instead, you mentally rehearse the exact moment your excitement gets too high. You feel yourself getting close to that edge, and then you successfully visualize yourself calming down and taking back control. You're basically training your brain for the challenge, not pretending the challenge doesn't exist. Next, we've got body mastery. This is all about physically breaking that link between getting excited and tensing up. So you're going to practice taking deep, slow breaths right into your belly, and you'll actively scan your body. Are my shoulders tense? Yep. Are my abs tight? Uh-huh. The goal is to notice that tension and then consciously just let it all go. And number 3 is attention redirection. When you feel that intensity building up, you consciously shift your focus. So instead of zooming in on that one intense physical feeling, you zoom out. What can you smell? What do you hear? What does your partner's skin feel like? When you spread your attention across all your senses, you naturally turn down the volume on that one single peak. But listen, before you try any of this, there is one piece of advice that is more important than anything else I've said. And it's all summed up in this one old saying. Here it is. The single biggest mistake people make is trying to use these techniques for the very first time during sex. That is like trying to learn how to navigate a ship in the middle of a hurricane. It's just not going to work. You have to practice these skills, the visualization, the relaxation, the focus shifting, on your own when the stakes are literally 0. That is how you build the muscle memory so it's second nature when you actually need it. So let's bring it all home. This isn't about some secret trick or a magic pill. It's about understanding the habits that are running the show and then consciously choosing to build better ones. Because when you do that, you're not just improving one part of your life. You're dialing down anxiety, you're building real confidence, and you're making your connections with people deeper. So yeah,
Fix the habits, and you can really transform your life.
Hey, if this was helpful for you, make sure you subscribe for more practical, doctor-validated health tips just like this.
Thanks so much for watching. Remember, this is all about control, not perfection. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.